Hi, welcome to the Woodward Apartments. My name is David Haresign. I'm a founding partner of Bonstra Haresign Architects in Washington, D.C. Our firm focuses on urban mixed-use work, including lots of multifamily housing.
I'm Patty Haresign, and I am retired for 6 years. I'm from the healthcare profession.
So we started looking for an apartment. I was looking for an apartment to retire to at some point. Patty thought we were looking for an investment property, and a friend of ours, Brent Jackson from TTR Sotheby's, showed us this apartment among others. This is the Woodward building. Is a really special building. It was built in 1910. It's a best address of Washington, D.C. When Brent showed us this apartment, it's a two-story apartment. Only the second group of two-story apartments built in Washington, D.C. And I told Patty it was really special and we should get it. So we did, we bought it. We renovated to rent. We rented it from 2014 up through 2023. When we first bought it, we measured it and I did an initial sketch that is effectively what we did for the entire apartment.
So what I wanted was a very open, airy, welcoming environment that was minimalist yet not museum-like. And I was very clear that I didn't want to have starchitecture living in a museum. That I wanted it to be warm and a little more intimate with neutral backgrounds but pops of color that would make me smile.
So the existing apartment was compartmentalized. There were a series of rooms, each room having its own kind of doorway or cased opening entry down here. There was a, in quotes, library at one end, a parlor in the center, the sense of a foyer, entry foyer, and the stair totally encased in walls. Enter into a dining room, a closed kitchen that you entered through the pantry. So we opened it all up, discovered that it was a steel building, which we didn't know when we started the project, and freed the steel columns, extended the stair to create kind of much more graceful ascent, and opened it up and let it spill out into the primary living space. So now you enter into a space that has implied rooms without actually having rooms. So walk in to a foyer area, come through the two steel columns, which are clad. We thought that exposed steel was too industrial, so we didn't want to leave them fully exposed. But from a detail standpoint, picked them up and left them down from the ceiling a little bit so that you could get a sense of the steel. They're painted with intumescent paint, which is a fireproof paint. So we met our fire code requirements. We lighted them so there was a sense of entry as you came through into the space. The stair was freed from its tight enclosure, and we tore it out and redid it. Created a larger opening so that you could get headroom as you came down, and increased the tread width to make it more gracious, and then decreased the riser height so that it was a much more gentle rise. So the living spaces and dining spaces, though they no longer have walls, they are defined by ceiling planes. So the ceilings and the rugs below define the living area as one long space. We've got cove lighting above it, It also allowed us to get some downlights in here because the ceilings are hard up against the terracotta vaults that were the existing structure. Again, removing arched opening that went into the dining room, defined that ceiling again with a dropped, called them clouds, so that defined that as a room, and then took the wall out that separated an oddly shaped kitchen and opened it up, dividing it from the other rooms with the island and again exhaust fan cloud above it, so self-circulating exhaust fan that opens the entire space up. Again, we kept working pantry, so in the back, so there is enclosed space. When we're entertaining, our caterers can work in that enclosed pantry area and then serve food out into the public space. The southern end of the living areas is really my first ever in our 47 years of marriage office space in any of our homes. There's a desk and bookshelves and also a great TV wall. We can fold it up so that it appears to be a wood paneled wall. There's some technical innovations in here also. The speakers for the sound systems are incorporated. They're called Sonance speakers. They're flush and mudded in. There are 4 speakers in the living room cloud, 2 in the dining room cloud, and there are 2 bass speakers integrated into these outside walls. The windows are historic, and because it's a contributing building in the Kalorama Heights Historic District, they could not be changed or replaced. In fact, we like them the way they are. A great thing about this apartment versus a traditional modern apartment is it's only 25 feet wide and 40 feet long. So it's 1,000 square feet on each floor, but it has 4 sets of windows, which allow a tremendous amount of natural light to come in. The second floor space was divided into 3 bedrooms. The stair hall is enlarged a little, not much, but to create a gallery space. Patty and I have for years patronized artisans for our artwork. It's a good bang for your buck in terms of being able to get good artwork for modest costs. And it also introduces color, pops of color into a fairly neutral space. Bedrooms, we had 3 bedrooms up there. Now there's an office, Patty's office, a sleeping chamber, and a dressing room. And the dressing room and the sleeping chamber are separated by a cabinet. So again, part of that loft-like notion. And the rooms are all real. We've reintroduced the doorway connections so that it's now, there's almost a parallel circulation as it was designed in the original apartment building. So Patty's bathroom is what I call the Queen's bathroom. So a generous space with a nice vanity that's got important things like dryer plugs already plugged in there. She opens a drawer, takes out her hair dryer.
It's not exposed.
Yeah, not exposed. A beautiful mirror with incorporated lights into it, and then soaking tub and shower against the outside.
Well, I think it was a very complex space to design. Geometrically, so I just appreciate so much the way it turned out. It's light. I love the tile. I love the fact that it's in many ways minimalist, but it feels very spacious. And I love the fact that it gets a lot of light in my office. My office is very comfortable. It's homey. It's really my oasis kind of place where I really enjoy spending my day. And then the dressing area on the other side of the room is wonderful. It's great to have 4 seasons of clothes right there.
The furniture has been curated over the years. It's classic modern furniture. We've got a collection of Corb furniture, Le Corbusier furniture, LC1s, LC3s, Grand Petite, Comfort, and the LC7 table. Other furniture that you'll see in here includes Eames furniture, is Eames chair, Eames executive chair, and so we have Noguchi table as our coffee table, so all classics. We have wishbone chairs around our dining table, and Turner stools, which are one of our recent purchases, stools at our island. Well, most of the rest of the furniture I've actually designed, so it's fairly straightforward, almost shaper-like furniture that is designed for us to fit into this place, or we brought over from our original house.
So what I love about the space, it's flooded with lots of light. It feels great when I walk in. It feels warm and welcoming. And I love when I walk in and I look to the right, that I think the stairway is just incredibly elegant with the picture at the top, and it's gorgeous at night. I didn't really know if I would like living in a condo or an apartment, but I actually love living here. I love the fact that we are in a more urban environment. I love that there's a sense of community. I love how my morning flows in the morning when I'm using the space upstairs.
Of the original apartment, the only things that are really left are the 3 doors that go into the hallway and the hardware on those doors, as well as the window trim and the brown painted walls. Everything else is new. We absolutely love living here. This is, the perfect walkable location. So in the 15-minute city, we're in the centroid, and we can walk to 3 different great neighborhoods: DuPont Circle, Adams Morgan, and Woodley Park, all within, they're 5 to 7 minute walks. So there are tons of restaurants around here. We have kind of our curated list of about 7 restaurants that we go to. But I can walk to work. It's about 1.2 miles from here to my office, which is a 20-minute walk. So our health club is a little over a mile away. We are members of the Cosmos Club, which is less than a mile away. So there are food markets, there are shops and stores with interesting goods in them. So Patty's gotten to be good friends.
I think I know all the vendors.
Yeah. So she's good friends with lots of shopkeepers.
Right. I mean, they're great parks too, and some of them are kind of hidden that you wouldn't even know they're here. And there's lots of trails through Rock Creek, so it's actually a wonderful place to live.